Hey, Facebook family and friends. This is T. Hatchett,
Yeah, what's happening, y'all?
and we are the Hatchett Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Um, Today's topic is maintaining the relationship. Okay, you're in the relationship. You've been there for a while. How do you maintain? The things you have to do to maintain. But before we talk about that, I want to do some shout outs. And some plugs. First of all, for those who are in the Richmond area,
Nephew, what's up?
Please go and check out Miss Capri Eats. My niece is starting her business with fixing food. She has a menu, so everybody that's in the Richmond area, please support her. You can find her at Capri Chambers on her Facebook page, and you will see the menu there. Also, we want to, my husband's, tell him about your mixtape.
A few more days coming up on the 10th. We dropping a mixtape called The Royal Family. We just giving y'all a jewel, some free music. Because everybody that's been rocking with us, so far, we giving treats on IG and, Facebook and stuff like that. So we're going to drop a gem for y'all, man. Something to hold on. We completely finished the other projects. Everything is like 97% done, man. So we get ready to give you a whole lot of music. We got something dropping on the 10th. We got something dropping on the 20th. We got something dropping right in May. So we coming back to back with joints, man. And I'm talking full length albums, man. You know what I mean? Full length mixtapes. Then we just got a lot of stuff that's going on, man. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. So stay tuned.
Also, go, and we're trying to switch over the Hatchet Chronicles to YouTube, but we wanted to develop the following first. So for those who follow the Hatchet Chronicles, please go to our YouTube page, Hatchet Chronicles, and subscribe, like, so that we can see our audience build up, so that we can make a smooth transition over to YouTube Live.
Zakia, what's up, cuz?
And finally,
Bowls, what's happening?
It is out, y'all. The Power of God. I don't know if y'all can see it, but my book by T. Hatchett is finally out. I've been talking about this for the longest, but it is out. You can get it on Kindle and Amazon.com under The Power of God, T. Hatchett. Or what I would like to do is, because it just came out, I'm doing a special promotion.
Right.
For everybody that I am me or I am my husband, and give an address and give the way of paying. The first 20 people, I am sending them my book for $10. The book is $15 but I am sending my book for $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. If you I am me or my husband with your address and your way of payment, I will be sending you my book for $10, an autographed copy plus $3 shipping and handling. Nice. So please support. This is a long time in coming. I'm very proud of this book. I'm very sensitive about this book because
it's a great read.
It took me a while to put it out.
It's a great read. It's worth it. It will uplift you. It will uphold you. It will sustain you. All of those things. It's a great read. And support my wife, man. Go out and get the book. First 20 people. You know what I mean? $10. Can't beat that. It's a great book. It's a great read.
And so those are our plugs. Again, please tag my husband, or I am my husband, or myself, Terry Hatchett, with your name, your address, and your um payment the way you want to pay, and I accept PayPal or Cash App, and I will send you your autographed copy for $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Appreciate the support. Okay, now let's get. Hey Clay.
Clay, what's happening, bro?
So let's get to the subject of maintaining your relationship. You know, people always talk about how relationships are hard work. And what I want to talk about is a lot of times we talk about how to find your mate or the spirituality in a relationship. And we always tell everybody how, you know, we haven't had an argument yet. But my thing is that, well, y'all, for those of you who know me, know that what I usually do is I usually watch a movie or see something, and then I start asking my husband 20 questions.
Not 20, a million.
A million questions. Okay, so this did derive from something that I was watching.
I knew it.
It started from a show that I watched called This Is Us. And I love the relationship that this guy and Randall and his wife had, for those who watch This Is Us, you know. But anyway, they have this beautiful relationship and they're always down for each other.
Television.
But in this instance, they are having problems because she has stood by him and supported him. And he supports her. He loves her. But she wants to do something different. And now her attitude has changed, whereas she's not, she's like, he became mayor or something of the town, and she doesn't want to support that. She want to do what she want to do, and she don't care about what he feels or what he thinks. So that was part of the reason how this came around. But the other part of the reason how this came around is because I always appreciate how my husband support me, even when he doesn't feel like it, or even when he's not feeling what I'm doing, or maybe he's not in agreement with what I'm doing. He still supports me, and that is probably very hard for him. I can only imagine, but I think about that.
Yes, it is.
You know what? So I want to talk about supporting your mate, because that's important, because I know that in relationships, sometimes you hit a wall. You know, sometimes, you know, you have been with somebody for 10, 20 years, and all of a sudden you feel like maybe you have lost yourself in the relationship, or, you know, you lose sight of what's important to you for supporting your spouse so much.
Well, that with me, I would just say, and I know this may sound cliche, but communication, man. As long as you communicate, as long as you talk, if you go in as an open book, continue to be an open book. Talk and communicate, man. That's the most important thing. If you communicate, then you won't really have time to get lost.
Yeah, but what
so
if you are communicating, but y'all can't come to agreement? What do you do in a case like you watch This Is Us, baby? I know you be like playing like you don't, but you remember how the scene went, and it's like, what if you hit a wall where you honestly can't agree? Like, you really feel like you are right, and she is right, and she feel like she is right.
Well, with that being said, you know, if you're adult enough, you agree to disagree.
But what if it's going to affect, how do you agree to disagree?
Sometimes you have to, in order to make it work, sometimes you have to take the brunt of something and deal with it. You just have to compromise.
So that raises a good point. You said you have to take the brunt of it. So who is supposed to take the brunt of it?
Both. If they both feeling like they're right in their aspect, then they just have to take it on the chin and say, well, I'm going to have to do what I have to do to continue to make this family work and do the things that I need to do on my end to make sure this thing keeps working. and vice versa. She has to do the same thing.
Yeah, but what if it's? Can you read that because I can't see from here?
I can't see. You know, I ain't got my glasses, baby. I can't see that.
Okay.
That's
TV is the reason for many issues in life.
Yeah.
Maintenance is already.
I'm not gonna drop a bomb.
I can't see from here. Solidified once marriage is executed. I can't talk.
Execute.
Yeah, executed. If it's not, they have marriage, have had intercourse. The wrong partner. Once you share physicals, that really marriage. Tell them big uncle. That's true.
Is you right, Zakinda?
Okay, so basically, what that means is that, and we talked about that. Sex, physical confuses things.
What up?
And that's why we had decided to stay abstinent until we got married, because that's really, it gets, you don't have to worry. It takes out that
It's that big question of, is this really for real or not?
Yeah, basically, it takes that away if you abstain from sex.
If you was in a relationship or a marriage and you couldn't have sex anymore, would you still be in love with that person? Would you still be able to smile at that person and have the same exact joy that you would have?
And go through the trials and tribulations,
right,
because I think
bailing out.
One of the main things with relationships, the first thing people, when you have trouble in a relationship, the first thing that becomes an issue is sex. You know, I'm not getting it anymore, or, you know, we're not physical no more. That becomes the first complaint and the first issue, even if that's not the root of the problem. It always becomes the first issue, which shouldn't be.
So to eliminate that and to find out if what you have is what it's supposed to be, and if it's supposed to be real, or if it is real, abstain from sex before you get married. Simple. And it's, you know, people may say it's hard. I gotta test drive the car before I buy it. This and that and the third. I don't believe in all of that. I don't believe in all of that. That's. I just don't believe in that. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And what you have in your mind sexually and in your heart sexually, and what your mate has in their mind or heart sexually, when God puts it together, there will be no mishaps. There will be no not being satisfied. It'll be none of that, because when he touches it, it becomes great. It becomes what it's supposed to be. And it's not just lust. It's genuine love. And you don't think about, oh, this nigga's a minute man, or this shit can't even flip over right, or something like that. When it's genuine love, because you enjoy the touch, you enjoy her smell, you enjoy her smile, you enjoy what's going on. So,
but I think the key word is that you got to have that belief and that faith in God, because without it, there is nothing.
Yeah.
I just watched the play, whereas
faith without works is dead.
Yeah, whereas they were having problems in their marriage, but they never prayed. They stopped praying.
No,
and I think that one thing that, besides the fact that we did abstain from sex before we got married, because what that did was we had to look at each other for nothing in the purest sense of form. There was nothing else. There was no physical. So what we saw in each other, there was no confusion. You know, we had to love each other.
It gives you, pardon me, y'all, it gives you a chance to look at the person's mind, body, and soul.
Exactly.
As a whole, not as different parts at different times for different things. So, you know.
And then believing in God, we stay prayed up. And I think that those are the keys of where marriage is not hard for us, or it seemed like hard work for us, because we stay prayed up. That's number one. And because we abstain from sex, you know, any problems that we had or had to deal with, we already knew each other. We already was dealing with, because there was nothing else to deal with. There was no, well, I don't like this about him, but when we have sex, everything is so wonderful that I can overlook this. I didn't have nothing to compare it to but the pure sense
of my heart,
of his heart,
and vice versa.
Yes. So when we got married, we were already facing things head on, because that's all we had to face head on. The physical was icing on the cake.
Oh, excuse me, y'all. So
that was just icing on the cake. So what you're saying is, in turn, if you hit a spot in your relationship, going back to that the cure for that is communication.
If you hit a spot in your relationship where you want to stand on what you feel is right, and your spouse or your mate runs into the same thing where they feel that they're right, it's okay to disagree with what she thinks, what she feels. And it's okay for her to disagree of what I think or what I feel on this, listen, on this subject. So what happens is, and this is just the best way I could see it, he has to be in a place with himself where he says, okay, she wants to do that. I really ain't with her doing that. I really ain't with it. But you know what? If that's what she wants to do and that's gonna make her happy, then so be it. I have to break at some point and say, if it's for the goodness of her, then it's okay.
So you're saying that the man should sacrifice.
And if I'm saying on both ends, not just the man, but the woman too. If the woman feels like, if vice versa, if the women feel the same way. But I'm saying
somebody has to say, give up that space. Both of them. I'm saying it's a decision where one person has to step out of that space, where only one person can stand in that space. Who should make the decision to step back?
Y'all talk about it.
What if y'all can't come to agreement? Where both of y'all feel like that y'all shouldn't have to be the one to step back.
Then you pray about it. You pray together about it.
And that's the answer that I think is the most appropriate answer. That
you pray together about it. Yeah, and you ask God for the solution. And when he gives you the solution to it, he's going to give you a solution that works for both of y'all. Whether or not you still feel some type of way, but it'll be the correct way for both of you. So you leave it up to God in that instance. That's what I would do. That's what I would say.
I feel like
get together and pray about it, not just pray by yourself. You got to pray about it together because it's both of you, and both of y'all are one. Mm-hmm. So you both have to pray about it and both be meaningful in your prayer about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And that way.
Nephew makes a good point. He said TV is superficial in a lot of instances in lifestyle. And I agree with you for the most part. But I feel like with TV, I feel like that there's no show. I don't believe in shows being created just out of people's head. I believe everything, even vampires, all those things have a meaning or came derived from somewhere. I just think that they materialize it and make it superficial for entertainment purposes. So I agree with you that most TV shows are superficial, but when the shows that I watch, I take it to another level, and I try to take it into a deeper level than what I try to take the superficial out of the shows that I watch. And believe me, I'm very particular about shows that I watch. I do not watch every and anything. There are some popular shows out there I will not name that I feel like that is a waste of space on TV. There are some TV channels that I do not support and watch because of their views on things. TV stations, I should say. So I do agree with you. But then there are shows that I watch and I take things out of for my purpose. You know, I can make a deeper meaning out of it. I can watch a comedian and take something and make a deep meaning as my husband. You know, I can find my own way of thinking on things. I
Yep.
That's the crazy of me.
That's not crazy. That's just analyzing.
Yeah, I kind of analyze things. So I was just trying to figure out, and baby, you're right. That's what I believe you should do. I believe the answer is prayer. When you hit a wall, when you get to the point where y'all can't come into agreement, then also.
Go ahead.
I think that we women, and I know that women, the people sometimes say that I am not for women, I bash women. I'm not, I don't bash women. I'm pro woman, especially pro black women. But we are, what's the word? I don't want to offend anybody. We sometimes
emotional.
Too emotional, and sometimes we don't look at things in a fair sense when it comes to a man. For instance, I have talked before about how we want a strong man, but yet and still, if he show or we want a sensitive man, but then when he show a sensitive side, we say he not being manly. You know, we are very hard on our men. You know, we want one thing, and then when he show that one thing, then he's not doing it right, or we want him to read our mind, or we have too high expectation for our men. We don't allow them to be the man they are.
Let them breathe.
Yeah, we don't let them breathe. A good example was there was a question that came up on a radio program, whereas this woman for 10 years, she was with her husband for 10 years, and she kept telling him about the dream of her house, this house she wanted. And he went into their investment fund, took the money out, and built her dream house. And he was a couple of days away from the dream house, and she found out about it, that he had took money from their investment fund, and he took her to the house and showed her, hey, I'm building this, your dream house, and she got mad at him.
That's right.
And for me, that wasn't fair because of the fact that, like a lot of people said, usually men don't listen to you. Women complain about how their husbands don't listen to them. Well, this man listened to his wife for 10 years and was building her dream house, but because he took money out of the investment fund without asking her permission, as if he was a child, or as if he had did something wasteful with it, like go gambling it out. Right. You know, he's doing something for her, for her dreams, and she gets mad. You know, sometimes we can be a little hard on our men, and I just think, you know, we need to step back and examine ourselves sometimes. I think that's the main problem. Sometimes we bring luggage into a relationship, and we put it off on our partner or our spouse. And we need to step back and examine ourselves and find out if what we're asking or what we're requesting is a little ridiculous or not really warranted. Yeah.
Yes, he is. God is the greatest.
Yes.
You know, I just want to kind of, I want to jump off the subject just for a quick minute because it was just put in my mind. I want to give a shout out, man, a rest in peace shout out to one of my friends from my childhood, man, my man Randy Gibson. And I'm pretty sure, you know, people out there and, you know, Facebook family, friends, y'all know who it is. I just saw a post about my man a couple of days ago, and I just want to say my condolences to the whole Gibson family. It's crazy, man. You gotta get your flowers while you're here, man. Gotta get your I love yous in and all of that good stuff while people can appreciate it, man. For real. Me and that dude started out DJing together. Me, him, and my uncle. We had a group called the Southside Crew, and it's crazy, man. Baby G, rest in peace. That was my man. Just wanted to shout my boy out, man. You know, for a couple of seconds, man. Pay homage to my dude, man.
This is why we do this. Life is short, you know. I have some people in my life who talk about love and how they don't feel like they'll ever find the love, or they never had that love. There has been people in my life that at one point we were close, and you know, you saw one, you saw the other, and now we could live, you know, and then they could live in the next town, and we're not, you know, I don't see them. I don't know anything about them. You know, life is short, and you know, it's too short for us to be mad about something that happened years ago, or it's too short to worry about the past, you know.
I think that excuse me for cutting you off, but what I think is that it's more noticeable the older you get.
Yeah, basically. And you're right, baby.
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
You're right.
Because when you're a youngin',
You don't think about it.
You don't think about it, and you do pay attention to it when it's close to you, when it's close to home. But you know, it's like the older you get, like with growth, and when you start to elevate in your life, understanding becomes more prevalent to you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you don't really understand a lot of things until you've had some time on this planet to understand why things are the way they are, or why things happen the way they happen. And your understanding becomes, I want to say, you get a greater understanding the older you get. And I'm realizing this my own self, you know, because years ago I understood certain things. I understood a lot of things, but it seems like as I get older, the understanding of those same things that may have crossed then, my understanding of them now are totally different. You know what I mean? And you start to take things a little more serious than you do when you're younger also. You know what I mean?
Like relationships. Like relationships. And I guess it's easier. We talk about this all the time. It's easier for us to sit and say we have a wonderful relationship and, you know, we don't argue. But we been through, both of us has been married 2 times prior. So, you know, practice makes perfect for real, you know. And
yeah, Neff, you're right, Neff.
When I was younger, you know, honestly, I wouldn't have been able to be with my husband when I was younger because I had to learn what a real wife was about, what real love was about, what a relationship was about. You know, I didn't know that, and it did take 2 marriages for my 3rd marriage to be perfect in the sense of perfect for me. But had I met him, had he been my first husband, it might not have turned out like that. You know, we wouldn't have had the understanding. Had he been my 2nd husband, I can't say for sure. God prepared me at a later time, you know, in my life. I finally opened my eyes to see, hey, you know,
me too. I would say me too. I would say me too.
But what I will say is that one of the reasons why the Hatchett Chronicles is so important to me, because one of the things that really um bothers me sometimes is that because we're at this late stage in our life, and because life is short, I worry that I won't have enough time with you. And that's a worry for me.
I can I can relate to that, but you know what? I don't. I try not to view it in that aspect. I view it in the aspect of each moment is a lifetime.
That's true, and that's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
That is,
and I mean, that's my perspective. I can't tell you that that's your perspective, but you know, looking at a glass half full and half empty. You know what I mean? Use your own, you know.
I think that what I do is I take it to God, and I say, God wouldn't take me this far, wouldn't leave me now. You know, I look at it that there is a purpose, so I can't worry about what the future holds. I just got to enjoy the moment. And so, but I gotta admit, sometimes it does bother me that it's like, wow, why God wait to give me my perfect at this age? You know, where people at this age, people are passing away.
You know what? I understand that, but you know what? The thing with that is this: He gives it to you when you need it.
Well, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And when you're ready.
Right.
Because
when you're ready for it and when you need it. Same with me. Because you're not going to give you something you can't handle.
That's true. But that's why Hatchet Chronicles is so important, because I wish for not just young people, but for everybody to grab love now and appreciate love now and work with love now, because God knows we need it now. And all the term, you know, one of the things, if you notice that part of Hatchet Chronicles, we don't really talk about a lot of current events and a lot of issues, which is not that we don't want to. It's just that, I don't know, when God placed the Hatchet Chronicles on my heart, there is so much dying and killing and shooting and this and that and prejudice and fighting out there, that I want love. I want the love part of it. I don't want to all the time talk about the you know, getting together and doing this and fighting, because at the end of the day,
we fought 1,000,000 years already.
Yeah, and not only that, if everybody would stop and give some love, then this world wouldn't be like this. If everybody started giving love instead of everything else, this world wouldn't be.
And it's not hard.
No, it's not.
Love. It's not hard. You know, like it's crazy because I mentioned my man, Baby G, but Nipsey Hussle just passed, and that's a tragedy. That brother got shot in front of his own establishment that he brought back to the hood. He put money back in the hood to open a store, and he got killed in front of his own establishment. It's crazy because you say when you get to a certain point and you get money like that, you can leave the hood, but then the hood, oh, this joker left, he got all the money, he moved out of here. But then if you don't move, then is that your demise?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, I mean, then, you know, I don't know how many of y'all are into battle rap, but I watch that a lot too. And the brother Tech Nine, regardless of, you know, the allegations that are going around, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm not getting into that. I just want to salute these brothers, man, because these are black men that made an impact in people's lives, man. And, you know, when they go, I mean, that's something that we all have to do. I just want to, you know, salute those brothers, man. You know, just take the time out and give my big ups to those brothers.
Nephew, I'm trying to read, but I can't see.
Yeah, it was whack. He was saying that the situation with Nipsey Hussle was whack.
Yeah.
And it is. It's a whack situation, man. You know, but condolences to his family and friends and his children and his wife and all of that, man. Just don't let the brother's name go in vain, man. 33 years old, and he was showing jokers how to bring it back to the hood and build up the community. And if we have more of that, I think it will be more love.
Yeah, but that is a part of love. It was his love for his community and his
to make
love.
Them want to come back and do that.
To do that. And so that's why, you know, man, we just need to give of ourselves.
You know what?
What?
We just need a big, excuse my expression, y'all, but we need a big ass party.
You know what? We do.
I'm telling you.
We do.
We need a big ass party with a million people to
my sisters and I was talking about a 70s party. You remember the 70s party?
Man. Yeah.
Like with the funk, some parliament, you know.
We just need this world needs a big ass party, man. To just let your hair
down. And the wide leg pants and the afros.
And not to come to the party with an ego. Leave the ego at the door.
You know,
leave the tough man at the door. Come there, and if you can dance or if you can't dance, do whatever you feel like you want to do to the music because you can move, because God gave you the strength to move your limbs.
We should do a peace party.
I mean, come on, man. Like,
we need a peace party.
Big peace
and you know, that's just the thing. Remember back in the day, we used to have block parties and stuff. We don't do any of the things that we used to do. And that's the thing. You know, there is no love. There's no respect.
No community get-togethers.
Yeah,
anymore.
There's no. I was saying how, you know, I'm not giving gangs like trying to make them good, but I'm saying that at one point even gangs had.
There was honor.
Yeah, had some honor, like don't mess with the women and the kids. And there's no honor in nothing no more. There's no love and nobody respects anybody. Nobody cares anymore. You know, a kid will curse out an older person, an elderly person before they'll help them cross the street or carry their bags. I mean, we have lost something, and we need to get it back. Yeah. We need to get it back. You know, with all these, you know, I was talking about the court TV with, you know, the DNA. Used to be back in the day, if you've been with a woman, it don't matter how many other men been with that woman. If you've been with her and your family knew you've been with her, then everybody's going to take care of that baby. That baby becomes the community baby. And everybody was, well, we don't know. It wasn't no stepkids. It wasn't no this one ain't, you know, who's the daddy. It was like everybody surrounded them and took care of the kids.
The village took care of
it was a village. It took a village. We lost our village. We don't have a village anymore.
No. We really don't.
But we definitely need to get, and maybe that's a good idea, a party. We need to get together and put together a peace party.
Yeah, we do.
Peace rally.
I'm going to get nephew to perform.
Speaking of, Miss Capri, our artist, is coming out with, what's that song?
Go Hard.
Go Hard is getting ready to come out. On top of her Miss Capri Eats, she's doing big things. So, y'all, please support her.
Yeah, she's doing a thing.
Yeah. We need to get all the artists together to do a big old, when we do the peace party, they all can perform.
We're going to do a huge Hatchett Chronicles with all the artists and everybody one day.
We definitely need to do that. So the key to, baby, because we keep getting off the subject, but I guess it is the same thing as the subject, but when you hit a rough spot in the relationship, the key is to take it to God and pray. And
try and compromise.
Communication.
And most of all,
compromise, and prayer.
That's it. And you can't go wrong. You won't go wrong. I don't believe you will. I don't feel you will. go wrong if you take into consideration those three things. I think you'll be all right.
Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this in front of everybody. So I really appreciate you, honey. I really appreciate my husband. My husband is so arrogant. No, my husband is, I didn't mean the word arrogant, but he asked for that. But he is so supportive and so loving. I mean, my husband, and I got to tell y'all, if y'all don't know, it's not easy dealing with me at all. And I know that, I know that. But my husband is just like the best, because sometimes I look at him and think, wow, he's really dealing with me. Wow, he's really great.
I ain't asked for that part.
But I have to say, I appreciate you.
Peace, Todd.
You said Todd, I thought that was my brother. But I just wanted you to know that he is one of those supportive men that has supported me every step. And then there are times when he, roll his eyes and look up at God and be like, why? But he still support. Even in those times, he still keep on. So he never missed a step. He keep on supporting.
Because I know what God has given me, and I'm appreciative of it. And when you ask for something from your heart and God gives it to you, you have to cherish it. You have to love it. You have to respect it. And you have to be able to deal with whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent. If you ask for something, a lot of times it may not come in the fashion, all the fashions that you wanted, but when God gives it to you, 90% of it is complete. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we're saying that if you got 90% of something that you want, you're winning. It's a win-win. The 10% is just a thought, but the 90 will overwhelm that 10% because it's a win-win. You're already winning. That's how I look at it. So
I'm so smart and he minds.
I just have thoughts.
He has thoughts. You have thoughts, baby. Oh.
We trying to drop a couple of jewels.
Him got thoughts.
I drop a few jewels in the paint. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Nobody gonna hear me.
Okay, so
nephew, I love you, man.
We made it out.
No, but we're gonna go with 45. It's 43 now. I gotta get back to work, man. I was working on we just got another verse for self-destruction. I know y'all saying, hey man, y'all keep saying y'all release it. But we got some heavy hitters on there, man.
Self-destruction is like my book. It's coming, and then one day, bang, it's there.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't even know if I should leak.
Don't be leaking nothing.
Who's on it?
No, don't do that, baby.
And I just got the verse today.
Don't leak nothing.
I just got the verse today.
Don't tell them nothing.
I gotta EQ the verse and all that stuff. But self-destruction is on the way. I think we're gonna hurry up and put a rush on it, because we want to start doing some active things, just so that we can get the love back in the community, man. Doing some active things to get the love back, man, because this is just it's crazy.
Well, look out for self-destruction. Look out for the mixtape that'll be out.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about that. So, the 9th, 12 o'clock, we launch it. And
5 King Productions.
And you'll be able to go on that Piff and get a copy and all of that, man. Listen to it. You know what I mean? You got my email Now you got my Facebook, you got Hatchett Chronicles. Give me some feedback.
www.untalented.records.com is our website. So, you know, I'm currently updating that and putting everything on that.
Yeah, just give us some feedback, man. We got some heat coming at y'all.
And if you need any beats or studio time, please check out this man, this gorgeous man right here next to me.
Hey nephew, how do you like what I I got you, baby. It's the royal family. Trigger the Gambler, Smooth the Hustler, H. Williams, T. Merce, Raw. You know what I mean? Myself, Zardy, Francis, the whole family. You know what I mean? All the artists and producers. It's definitely it's definitely a crazy look. You know, Lil Mike, DJ Mizzo. So just keep your eye peeled. We're gonna drop this mixtape, man. Y'all gonna get a load of the whole camp. Marco Speed, Fleetwood, Piff. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of them. Miss Capri, Del Royale. We got a crazy lineup over here, man. And it's great talent. So with that being said, I'm plugging the mixtapes and all of that, but I definitely want to plug my wife's book again.
The Power of God is finally out. T. Hatchett. You can find it on Amazon.com. But like I said, if you want a copy, if you IM my husband or myself with your name, your address, and the method of payment, which is Cash App or PayPal, instead of $15 for the book, the first 20 people will get the book for $10 plus $3 shipping and handling.
And autographed.
Yes, and autographed. The Power of God.
She's only autographing 20 of the books. So be, one of the ones to get an autographed copy, because this book is going to do great things. It's going to uplift, empower, and a bunch of things. So make sure you inbox me on Facebook. You can inbox me on Instagram, Frank Bates 45. I gotta get back on my Twitter game. I really ain't been on my Twitter game, but Facebook, just instant message me. Just message me, and I'll make sure you get your autographed copy. And like my wife said, with the way of payment that's best for you, and we'll get that book out to you so you can read and understand and enjoy and bask in the beautiful written scriptures of my wife.
Also, my sister, Generational Words, the publishing company, she has her second book out, The Book Club 2, Carol's Return.
Great read.
That's
also
hot. Yeah. If you haven't read 1, though, you might want to read 1 before you read 2, so you won't be lost. It's a series.
That's a good book, man. It's really good. It's really dope. And I'm blessed to be around, like, the writings on the wall. You know what I'm saying? I even was blessed to do a little project with my sister-in-law. I don't like to say sister-in-law because that's my sister. But I did a little project with her as far as, like, a commercial to promote her book. And, man, when I heard that thing, I mean, I did it, but, once you do something and you listen to it for a couple times, it's, all right, cool. But then when you don't hear it for a while and you hear it, I was really like, wow, I did a pretty good job on that. And my wife did an excellent job on it because she was on a commercial. And my sister did an excellent job because she was on a commercial. So I'm pretty sure you could see the commercial on my wife's page and on Valerie McAllister, the author. I think
Sister Talk.
Sister Talk. It's on that page also. So we're doing some great things.
And don't forget, we're trying to switch over to YouTube Live. So go to our YouTube page, like, subscribe. So once we see a big enough following, we will be switching over from Facebook Live to YouTube.
And we thank y'all for another episode of joining us in another episode of
the Hatchett Chronicles.
If there's any topics, any questions, anything you want to touch on, anything you want to talk about, feel free to inbox us and let us know.
We are definitely looking for some topics, so
shoot us some topics.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The next person that shoots us a topic, if it's a really great topic, we'll try and have that person on.
Okay. Sounds good.
So if you got a good topic and it's something you want to touch on, give us a great topic, and we'll see what we can do about getting you on, and we'll
invite you on the live feed.
Right, we'll invite you on the live, and we'll discuss the topic with you live, with all of our fans and listeners and watchers and so forth. So with that being said, God bless. We love you. And this is the Hatchett Chronicles, and we are out.
Peace.